Hey everyone, this is Bryant Dillon from Fanbase Press. We're here at ArtNight Pasadena 2016, and I'm here with one of the exhibitors, one of my fellow exhibitors, Russell Nohelty from Wannabe Press. How are you doing tonight, Russell?
Pretty good. How are you doing, Bryant?
I'm doing pretty good. This is a pretty exciting event. We have a lot of new blood walking around checking out comics. So for people that don't know, why don't you tell them what you do with comics and other media?
Sure. So my company is Wannabe Press. We make novels, graphic novels, and children's books. And our whole goal is making things entertaining and thought-provoking, just like, Stephen King books. You can read them and just be very entertained, but if you want to think more deeply about stuff, you can do that too.
So what are some of the titles that you brought with your booth today?
Sure. Our most popular book is Katrina Hates Dead Shit. It's about a girl who gets sick of living during the apocalypse who sets out to hell to kill the devil. And our most popular novel is My Father Didn't Kill Himself. It's a mystery book about a girl whose father commits suicide and sets out to prove that it's a murder. It's told all in blog posts.
Excellent.
Then we have other things to supplement it too.
And what is it about these various mediums, comic books, kids books, that really makes you want to tell stories this way?
So I think there's a problem in novelizations of things, which is things are either incredibly dense and unfun, not fun to read, or they are really fun to read and they have no point. So what I want to do and why I want to use all of these mediums is to tell stories that merge those two things. Things for a mass audience that a mass audience can just pick up, enjoy, and mindlessly read, and also something that has a point for people that want to look at it. So that is the thing that's most important to me. It's come to light in the years since I've been doing this. It's not something that I knew at the beginning, but it's something that we sort of... I really dislike books that have no joy in them, and I also dislike books that have no point to them. So that sort of has become the mission statement of what we do, sort of tricking people into learning things and thinking about things.
Well, excellent. So you're educating and entertaining at the same time.
Yeah, but the most important part is the entertaining, because you can't educate if you don't entertain. So if we're not doing something that is entertaining, then the chance that we can hit a mass audience and have them think about those things is very small. So our goal is always entertain first and then make people think.
Now you also do a lot of stuff for creators, other creators who can kind of learn from your examples or from your lessons. So can you talk a little bit about those things that you offer for creators?
Sure. Our main thing is The Business of Art, which is our podcast. It helps creators build better businesses. I know it's not a sexy topic. I know it's not necessarily a fun topic to think about, but the biggest problem and the biggest crack in the foundation of a creative career is that people thoroughly and actively avoid the business part, because generally it's told from one of two ways: the academic point of view,
right, or
somebody who is a professional in other kinds of entrepreneurship but is not a creative themselves. So I wanted to bridge that gap between sort of business books that I read and podcasts that I follow, and then disseminate it into a way that creatives can both enjoy and follow. Because one thing I've learned is that you can give someone all the process stuff in the world. I could tell you right now the 10 steps to build a website that pops or that gets traffic. But if I don't get you in the right mindset, or if I'm not talking to you in a way that you understand or that you care about, it doesn't matter. You're never going to even implement them because you're not in the right headspace. So our goal is to sort of talk to creatives in a way that creatives understand, sort of the FUBU model, which is for creatives by creatives.
Right.
To make them understand how important the business part of it is and how it's not icky, how it's how it can be fun and educational and energize you instead of draining you.
Excellent. Well, and I would say, I've listened to this podcast as well, and I think that you do exactly what you're saying. So I would encourage people, if you want to learn more and you are hesitant because you think, oh, it's going to be boring. It's not. Russell does an amazing job of making it digestible for all sorts of indie creators out there.
And you were on it.
I was. I guess I can promote that a little bit. I was on one episode. It was fantastic. Got to talk about Fanbase Press along with my co-founder, Barbara Dillon. So yes, thank you very much for having us on there. It's an awesome resource for creators.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's sort of my new mission. You know, as much as I love the creating part of it, our real driving force into 2017 is how to make a better community. Because being somebody that sells a lot and goes to a lot of conventions, you can only hit a ceiling. If the community itself doesn't grow, they don't fix these foundational flaws in the community itself, you can't rise above a certain level. So both for myself, which is like I want to be a $1 billion player in the business.
You want to be successful, yes.
But on the same time, I want to make all of these amazing creators who are struggling to make a career, show them that you can do it. Like, it's not that hard. Like, business people are not that smart. They just understand the code behind the matrix and how these things work, and they're able to do it in a way that makes them feel good instead of icky, which I think is the sort of disconnect. It's like we as creatives always think, oh, business is gross, like selling stuff is gross, like
self-promotion,
I don't want to I don't want somebody I don't want to feel like I'm begging, all of these things that like kind of no other kind of business has. Like McDonald's doesn't say, God, I can't like promote myself.
We don't want to tell people about our new kind of sandwich.
Of course not. So like the key is to be able to do it while, you know, in a way that energizes you, doesn't make you isn't icky, doesn't make you feel icky, and also allows you to quit the job that's been sucking your soul for the last 5 years and actually make a run of this. And you can't do that without the foundational business part of it.
Of course. Well, it's a very, very important subject. I once again, thank you for putting that out there. But before we wrap up, let's just give you a chance to mention a few other of your projects that you've got going on. You mentioned the top two, but what are a few other projects that you think people would be interested in hearing, the elevator pitch on?
Sure. So our second most popular book is Ichabod Jones' Monster Hunter. It's about a psychopath that escapes a mental asylum and becomes a monster hunter, but you never know if he's killing monsters, humans, or it's all in his head the whole time. We just released our third novel, which is about a disabled boy who meets a homeless alien and helps rebuild her ship so she can get off the planet. Then we've got a lot of stuff that's coming down the pipe that isn't released yet that you can find at our booth. Our new graphic novel, Pixie Dust, about a fairy that's betrayed, murdered, sells her soul to the queen of the underworld, and comes back as an undead to seek revenge. And our new graphic novel, Worst Thing in the Universe, which is about God crapping on the richest person in the universe for 300 pages.
Excellent, excellent. So if people aren't here at ArtNight Pasadena, where should they go to find out more about any of the things we just mentioned?
So Wannabe Press, www.wannabepress.com. We're also on Twitter and Facebook. And then the podcast is The Business of Art. You can find that on iTunes, Stitcher, or at thebusinessofart.us. And then me, Russell Nohelty, I'm on Twitter and Facebook too.
Excellent. Well, once again, this has been Bryant, Dillon. We're here at ArtNight Pasadena 2017. If you want to see more interviews like this one, stop by fanbasepress.com.